Hi, it's Kireth here with Lockdown Vlog number 2, a series of videos I'm trying to do about sim racing, kart racing in these unusual times, and basically trying to make it interactive, answering any questions you have. So in this video, we're just going to go straight into it, talk about some of the comments you raised on my last video, and we're going to talk about some of the leagues I race in. So on screen I've just put some footage of the Club 100 iRacing practice that took place this evening. As you can see, the chaos already starts to happen. Am I going to avoid the guy on the left hand side? Yep. It all kicks off behind. I think someone turned over there. But that's iRacing for you. I mean, my conception of iRacing before I started trying it out was that it was going to be super clean racing, absolutely no contact, you know, kind of a pure simulation. And actually, iRacing is pretty feisty. And you know, this is all good fun with the Club 100 guys, but the MSUK F3 Championship I've been racing in, I mean, that has been absolute carnage. We'll do a video on that pretty soon, but to spoil round 1, 25-minute race and taken out on the last corner when I was on for some pretty big points. So anyway, I'm over that now, kind of. Let's go on to your comments about Gran Turismo 7. So we all saw the GT7 reveal trailer, and I said my thoughts were this looks to be based on GT Sport. You can tell by the HUD, you can tell by the same cars, the same tracks. And for me, that's not a bad thing because I really enjoy GT Sport. Now, in terms of release date, obviously don't know anything like that. But you know, I would think being based on GT Sport, that means that the fundamentals of the game are likely to be there. And I would hope it comes sooner rather than later. Flying Flapper, you know, raising some very good points in your comment. Flying Flapper, a very fast GT racer in his own right, by the way. And the upcoming Daily Race C, I think this week, Monza No Chicane, he's got a good video, so check that out if you're going to do Daily Race C. But Flying Flapper raising some good points about, you know, there wasn't an announcement of a release date, only one track, relatively small number of cars, so maybe that means it's not coming, you know, in the near future. Maybe it's going to come later, 2021, 2022. I don't know. I just hope it comes sooner rather than later, and I suspect because it's built on GT Sport, actually most of the game, you know, was pretty much there. And to be honest, I would see GT Sport, or maybe we'll see great overtake on screen there. Maybe we'll see GT Sport as a prologue, as a kind of prologue to GT7. Anyway, we'll see. Ian Brown also coming in with an interesting comment that actually made me think. So Ian Brown saying he hates GT Sport, putting some words in your mouth there slightly, but not enjoying the multiplayer aspects of GT Sport. It's too competitive. And I get that. I can see why. And to be honest, I have this when I play other multiplayer games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, these, you know, other first-person shooters where you jump in and you're not up to speed and you're just getting shot left, right, and centre, and there's not a lot of fun at the beginning. And I can see how people have the same experience in GT Sport. You know, especially people having second accounts, and you know the rankings aren't always completely accurate and stuff like that. So you come in as a low-ranked driver and you just keep getting beaten. So, you know, I can see why a return to the single-player GT Sport progression, where you really feel like you've earned stuff. So when you get a new car, it's a really big deal. When you win a championship, you really feel like, you know, that's because I tuned the car up and stuff like that. I see the appeal of that. For me, at the moment, I'm really into the competitive side of sim racing, of you know, kind of inverted commas esports. So I enjoy the multiplayer aspect. But it did make me think, and actually this weekend I did play a bit of a single player game, No Man's Sky, which did make me think about, you know, looking back at like a base or something like that and thinking, yeah, I made that and that made me feel something. And I think we all remember that from early GT games, Forza games, you know, some of our favourite cars that we had to save for and stuff like that, whereas GT Sport just throws cars at you. So Ian Brown coming from the perspective of someone who's looking forward to those traditional GT aspects of GT7, and I think that is going to be an important part of that game, and I suspect that's why they brought that back. And you know, as long as the inverted commas sport element is still present and still there, you know, for me to play, then I'll be very happy as well. So some good comments there, you know, that made me think. You know, I guess in my first video I was talking about what I don't really care about what happens in GT7 as long as there's a sport aspect. But actually, you know, it did make me think that there is more to Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo does mean a lot more. So, yeah, we will see. Now, was meant to talk about the Club 100 iRacing Championship League. You can see up here, we're just practicing. We actually just, you know, congregated in the pits and had an impromptu race, which to me was like the equivalent of, you know, lunchtime football kickabout. Just grab a ball, go out, jump as for goal post. Bit funny that. But we'll talk about that another time because I don't want these videos to be too long. So we'll talk about Club 100 iRacing next time. But you can look forward to the race at Montreal on Wednesday. Going to be live streamed by Double Dash Motorsport Media, with commentary. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. Well done if you've made it to the end of the video. Just rambling a bit now, but hopefully this is, I'm going to get better at these. They're going to be shorter, snappier. Going to be showing you new footage every day, some real life footage, not just sim racing virtual stuff. And if you have any questions, any comments, any things I can improve, just drop them in the comments and I'll pick them up in the next video. But until then, I'll see you next time.